Good morning to all the true believers out there, as the good old Stanley would say. My God, it's early. We have lots of coffee and lots of people, and it is time for your favorite time of the year. That famous show where we answer all your questions from all the top YouTube streamers and stuff in the game. Jedi Academy. I'm one of your hosts, Ranger J1999 from Team Instinct, and I am half dead. I'm pounding Starbucks mocha coffee into me as we speak. But we have a cast of characters that you know and love, and we are going to go ahead and introduce them so we can get this show on the road. Make sure if you want to get your questions in, get them into the chat. Of course, Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman, the troll extraordinaire, Ewok lover himself, we'll make sure to get them, and we will go ahead and get to those. I'm sure there's a lot of questions. Boy, there's a lot going on right now, but let's introduce who's on the panel so far. I'm sure others will poke in. First off, we've got Mike Hunt. Mike, what's up, bud?
I'm buzzing, mate. Terrible admission, but I soloed the Rancor for the very first time ever, and I did it with a Vader on auto.
And
Nice,
someone
bro.
is, yeah.
Bella, are you speeding?
It must be Grande running from the cops.
It's okay. They wouldn't give me a furlough from prison for like a week. And,
Well, well, there's Grande, of course, the great beardless brown Gandalf, Wi-Fi government stealing himself, running from the law, breaking the law, do.
I got OJ in the white Bronco with me.
Oh.
Everything's good.
Okay. Oh my God.
Apparently something happened. We stole off Commander Luke.
Oh.
We have him in the car. We have him in the car with us.
Oh,
And we're
no.
bringing him to all of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Just wow. All right. Someone who is sane that's on is joining us is, of course, the Dark Lady of the Sith herself, my young apprentice, Miss Bella.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Well, you're so chipper. I
I
need
know.
you to be more evil.
Is it afternoon for you yet? Isn't it like noon or something there?
It's 4:00 p.m.
Oh no! Wow. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh, that's why she's so chipper.
I know, right?
She's had time to wake up and do her thing.
I know.
Yeah, I'm already tired again.
What? What the hell?
I'm just kidding.
Already
Oh.
tired.
It's very humid here and hot, and that's a bit tiring, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. And also, I think joining us is Remo. Remo, are you on the call?
Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, pimp?
No. How's everybody doing?
Let's living the dream, trying to wake up, trying to pound large copious amounts of caffeine into our system.
Yeah, same here, man. Yeah, glad to be.
Yeah, it's craziness. And then I think Sir Loki will be on soon. He has I think he's doing something for work where he will be on here in about 30 minutes or so. So we will get to him when he pops in. So everybody in the chat channel, welcome. Go ahead and get your questions in. Finity will be scooping them up, as I said, and we will get your questions answered, because that's what this show's about. It's about answering all your questions. The Jedi Academy, that's what we do. All right, so while we're waiting for the questions to come in, let's talk about. We talked about Luke quite extensively on Wednesday. My God, did we talk about it? I mean, I think Smithy stroked out. I think we have that live on the stream. Now, Grande, you were bad. You were in timeout. I think they had you in solitary confinement that night. That's why we couldn't get you in.
It was either that or a work conference. Not sure which one, but
Right.
yes, they felt kind of similar.
Right. You know, you say potato, I say potato.
Exactly.
You say work conference, I say you ship someone and you're in solitary confinement. So it's just a matter of perspective. He didn't share his corn with you.
You know what? Either way, we could just say I went to the hotel.
That's right.
Either way, we could just say I went to the hotel.
Well, yeah.
And it would be correct.
All right.
Okay.
So, your thoughts on Commander Luke?
I think he's going to be a great character. I think he's going to be a great leader. I looked at, whenever I was looking at that kid does look really good on paper. I bet you that kid is really good in real life.
It looks beyond good. It looks extraordinary.
And I'm gonna say it's gonna be some kind of I don't think it's gonna be a full rebel team, but I could easily see us doing some kind of Luke potentially as the leader, R2D2, Chirrut Bays, R2D2 Wedge Biggs, R2D2, some Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano, something like that, and then and then probably it's going to be put your flavor of the month as far as one dark side character, whether that's Thrawn or Nihilus, or something like that on the team to kind of make it work. That's how I think that team is going to work anyway. But Triple Zeta, did I read that right? Triple Zeta. So basically, it's going to be a month before somebody has enough Zetas to triple Zeta that guy, probably.
Or unless you're Darth Bella and you have 25.
Well,
not 25, but I've got 130 right now.
Okay.
130. So she could triple Zeta him. But my thought is that there's not a whole lot of people out there like Darth Bella sitting on 135 Zetas.
Mm.
I would have to say she's unique in multiple ways, but that would be one way that's highly unique.
But Grande, you're gonna have to farm. You're gonna have to have a 7-star stormtrooper, huh?
Yeah, day one, bro. I think we're good.
But I'm not sure if I'm getting him, really.
What do you mean? Why are you not going to get him, Bella?
Because I don't have old Ben yet.
Well, are you farming him?
Oh, man. Are you
You've got time. Let's do this, Bella. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
just go right away. Oh, no, we have got Jedi Academy.
Wait. Where's your old Ben right now? I mean, is he unlocked?
Yes, he's unlocked.
All right, so you just got to get him to 7 stars.
Yeah.
So yes, I do.
So
it's a big slog to do that. I remember getting old Ben to 7 stars, and it just felt like forever.
You know the crazy.
I'm sure there'll be a pack. There's always a pack.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. I mean,
the crazy thing is whenever I talked about old Ben and how he helped me to unlock the light side modes 9 AB, everyone was mocking about old Ben, and that kind of got me off him. So I never really worked on him.
Well, the cool thing about old Ben is that it seems like even some people may have felt like I was saying this yesterday. Some people may have felt like making the investment with the Phoenix character to get had been against what they wanted to do. Like maybe like the only thing they were getting out of it was Thrawn. But with old Ben, I mean, I feel like old Ben now is seems like a really cool character. So I feel like even though you may be making an investment in old Ben, it's kind of worth it. Anyway,
that's a great point, Rima. Because
rework with the taunt.
Did you see that? Finn just put out a video. We just did a video about the changes to old Ben, and he looks pretty damn amazing. I mean, have you guys had a chance to look at that? I mean, it's pretty impressive.
I watched a portion of it, but not the whole thing yet, and I was thinking the same thing. I mean, old Ben's going to be sick good. Yeah. Rebel Jedi synergy. Yeah, he's going to be really good.
I mean, he taunts. He's a tank. He does all kinds of crazy good stuff now. I mean, what is going on? Riemann, have you had a chance to look at that?
Yeah, and it is. I think his ability is now like it's undodgeable or unresistible or something like that too. So I mean, I mean, just looking at that, his taunt getting dispelled and then he still has taunt is just nuts. You know what I mean? So I mean, yeah, I saw it. I'm definitely impressed. I've never been an old Ben fan in the game.
I bet you are now.
I hated dodge meta. I was against it entirely. I never used old Ben. I have a Gear 10 old Ben. Just never used them. But now I'm rethinking that. As soon as that rework happens, I'm popping old Ben in my lineup to see how he does.
Yeah, I agree. What about you, Mike, Bella? If you had a chance to look at the announcement of the changes to old Ben?
Yeah, I gear 11'd him earlier on this week.
Nice.
I haven't even uploaded it. I did a 1 to 5 Galactic War nodes. Old Ben lead, Stormtrooper Han, Princess Leia, and
like the old school team. You're just
Farm Boy. Yeah. I just thought, okay, I better start remembering what all the slot do. So yeah,
I better start remembering what all this lot do. Nice.
And I didn't have a look yet because it frustrates me.
No. I think I was looking at it the other day and I was like, okay, and I've even got all these characters Omega'd except for Farm Boy Luke. The only one I don't have Omega'd. Everybody else Omega'd out just fine. So it shouldn't be a huge deal as far as this event working. Hopefully, unless it's super hard, like super harder than we think it's going to be. So
and Farm Boy's got 2 Zetas as well, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, he does. I don't know if you do both those Zetas.
I'm not investing in the Zetas unless I mean, I think the priority for me, I'm saving my Zetas for Commander Luke. Only have 3. I'm gonna need 3. It's like I'm not going to have to worry about. Worry about the rest later.
Yeah, I just chucked 20 onto Finn, so I'm back on the collecting, farming, getting disappointed with the challenges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1 from 8. He's like, what? Hey.
Oh God! And then Bella, who's Zeta rich, so she could just put them on anybody she likes and just do whatever she likes. She's smart. See, this is why she's my young apprentice.
I learned from you.
That's right. I taught you well, too well. All right. Let's answer some questions. I think they're starting to pop in now. Finn's actually doing his job, which I like to see. Let's see.
I'm almost ready. To be the to be our dyslexic question reader.
I know. We can go around the corn and we can introduce Alibaba.
Is somebody drumming out the reality skewed war dance?
I have no idea. Somebody's listening to doing something. So let me pop in here. Questions.
Yes. Are you good to go?
I'm good to go. So the first one here is Cybershark. Thank you, Cybershark. Did we actually go through and call out everybody that was in chat? I don't even remember us doing that.
We usually haven't been doing that on Jedi Academy. We just kind of because people will just they want their questions answered and stuff, and so we just get right to the questions and rock and roll.
I'm good with that. Okay, so here we go. Actually, there's one question from before this. This is from my brother from another mother, Lucas T. Lucas T asked the question: do we think we are getting any double drops? I get used to the help. I could use the help I know it's already. Where's my damn coffee? I could use the help.
Hooked on phonics worked for me.
That's right. I could use the help getting my old Ben to 7-star. No joke. I'm sure you could. So, do we think we're going to get double drops? I don't think we've seen any of that in the in any of the literature, any of the release from the developers. So probably we're done with double drops. As weird as that sounds. I haven't seen any of that. Has anyone else seen where we're going to get double drops this month?
I mean,
I didn't.
no, but I think it makes sense. Oh, wait, didn't Cozy Spoon say someone said a question about that, and she said yes, but she didn't say anything more than that.
Hold on. You talk about in replies, or did she do that? Or did she do that in one of her discussions?
I think she was. I can't remember what it was. Someone showed it to me, or told me about it. That
I'm reading through the news right now to see if I can find it. Maybe someone else can remember it while we can ask someone else that question.
Well, yeah, let's go around. Yeah,
Remon, do you remember seeing anything like that?
Do you think there will be double drops? Did we lose Remon?
I don't know.
Mike, what do you think?
I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, Remon.
The question is, are we going to get double drops this month for these characters?
No, I heard. Oh, okay. I didn't know you asked me. Yes, I think we are. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be like a long period of time, but I think like right before this goes down, I think they'll have like a day or two where they give you double drops. But I mean, again, can that totally not happen? Yeah. My opinion is, I would say yes, because I feel like otherwise they're going to have a lot of people complaining.
They could do the kind of the same thing as they did with the Ewoks, couldn't they? Just have like flash days of, Luke double drops on this node today, and
well, I don't know if they're going to do Luke double drops because he is the character of the month and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I think Remon could be on to something there where it's the specific characters and stuff.
I'm willing to bet that there will be a very expensive pack.
Yes, it'll probably be one of those really expensive packs with 80 shards and stuff. But, the thing that we've said about the packs is that if you're close, if you're farming and you need some of those characters and you're going to go for Jedi Luke, then it's an investment maybe you need to look in. If you're not close, then maybe it's something you're just going to have to wait, because if you make an investment like that but you're still not close to having the characters unlocked, I mean, the first thing you have to do is we got to talk about the legendary event for R2 come back around, or it's not legendary, but the R2 event. You have to get the characters to get R2 first, because you're going to need R2 for Commander Luke. So you make an investment in that pack so you can get him. Then you have to look at, on top of that, do you have the Rebel characters close enough or done to where you may invest in another pack? There's a lot of questions out there for folks, and I think it's like you have to make that assessment. We talked about this on the Wednesday stream, where you have to decide, okay, do I want to invest to get R2 to invest to get Commander Luke? If you're close, I say do it. If not, then I say do not make that big of an investment, because that's a lot of cash. And
you've got everyone that's scrambling for Phoenix that either didn't get to unlock Thrawn, or is either a 5 or 6 star and want to up his stars. So you've it feels like you're being pulled 3 ways at the moment, because you've got your Rebels, your Phoenix, and also your Empire as well. It'll be being pulled in different ways, and it's kind of creating almost the necessity to hit the button that you don't want to hit, which is are you sure you want to purchase this?
No. Are you really think about it?
Have you secured your genitals from your other half?
Do you want to talk about your feelings about this pack? What do you think, Miss Bella?
I was unmuted.
Oh, well, are we going to get double drops?
Yeah, you're
supposed for these characters.
Yeah, what do you think of the pack investment and stuff?
I don't trust them. I just want I obviously want Commander Luke.
That's right.
So I won't risk it. I won't just sit there and not farm Old Ben. So I will farm Old Ben now, and if we get double drops, then I'm even more happy.
There you go. This has been Deep Thoughts with Darth Bella. Do it.
Okay. Let's do Cyber Sharks. Basically, we don't know if we're getting double drops or not.
Yes.
Cyber Shark, Bays and Nihilus seem to take forever to farm. It's slowing down my gearing of people I need for the heroic AAT. Should I stick to farming both daily? I want to give this one to Darth Bella. Darth Bella, do you think Cybershark should continue to farm Bays and Nihilus daily, or should he stop on the hard notes?
Yes, I know where they are.
You've been bitch slapped, Grande.
I've been slapped. Ow! Ow!
I would never stop farming Bays, and I regretted myself that I started way too late to farm Nihilus. I don't have him yet in my arena team, and I have a very tough time. I mean, he's a unique character, even though I don't like him so much, but I mean, I don't need to like him to send him to kill the opponents, right? Just have to give him the order to go over. So coming back to the question, yes, continue to farm them. Chase, like Base together with Chirrut, will still be absolutely great, even though when we have Commander Luke, and we don't know actually about the synergies, right?
Right.
Could be a cool team, by the way.
Even though I totally hate his guts, yes, you should have Darth Nihilus.
Yeah.
I mean,
agreed.
But here's the thing, Cybershark. These are your hard node farms, right?
Yeah.
This is Bays and Nihilus. That doesn't mean you're not farming other characters in other spots that you're supposed to be going for your heroic AT teams anyway. So those are just two farms out of all the farms you should be doing at the moment. So you still have Guild Store, you still have Cantina node, you still have Cantina Store, you still have your Arena Store, you still have the GW. So there's a lot of characters in there that you will use that you should be farming. So those Nihilus pays off. He's worth it. He's meta. So is Bays. They are a pain in the ass to farm, but there's a lot of characters like that. Like, I'm doing First Order Stormtrooper. Pain in the ass to farm. Okay? It's slow and it's ridiculous, but it is what it is, right? You can't get them anywhere else, and, it's just where I'm at with the character that I'm farming. There are a lot of characters like that. But for your hard nodes, those two, just keep farming it. It'll pay off in the end. You'll get them to 7 stars eventually, and then you can move on to the next characters. But there's other characters that you should be farming for the different phases, for not only the Rancor, but for also AAT. So,
Nihilus works in the AAT, and so does Bays.
Yeah,
so
give them 7 stars.
Yeah. Okay, so next question is from Dark Grape.
Our boy Dark Grape, nice.
Same question as before. Do you think they will offer double drop shard shop for old Ben? We hope so, but don't take anything for granted. I think we already asked that. Victor Oneto, where does old Ben fit into the top Jedi squad? Currently running Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn, Zeta Yoda, Jedi Knight Anakin, and a double Zated R2 and GK currently. Also have Zated Barriss in the mix as well. Also have Ezra as well. So I think this is a great question for Riemann. Riemann, I know you've run a bunch of Jedis in Arena. How would old Ben fit on that team, or does he even fit on that team really, or does he fit on a different team?
On a Jedi squad with Zeta Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he totally fits on that team. Now that's the thing. Can he replace Kenobi? I don't think so.
I'd run both.
Can Kenobi replace Kenobi? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. Can he replace General Kenobi? And I don't think so, but I do think that you could run both. You just would you'd be sacrificing a little bit of damage there, I think. But I think that the benefits might outweigh the minuses if you have some good attackers on the squad already. So you may need to increase your damage by maybe adding Anakin to the squad or something like that to just increase damage. Maybe Ayla, but I think maybe a combination of General Kenobi and Old Ben Kenobi might work.
You could run Qui-Gon, Ezra, and Commander Luke if you get him with the two Bens and rock and roll from there. I mean, that would be a pretty sick team.
You could run Isla beforehand as well.
Yeah,
Ezra and Isla on the same squad is going to be.
I'm kind of miffed that Commander Luke doesn't have the Jedi tag too, but
he's not a Jedi.
I know, he's just a rebel.
Remember,
Teals joined us too.
Oh my God, Teals, what's going on, bud? You there? Teals?
He was.
Well,
he'll jump on back here in a minute.
Yeah, he got shivved by Grande.
Crap, I'm gonna have to go back to jail again.
Yeah, I know.
Grande, I joined.
Oh, Turbs!
What's up, man?
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Turbs.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, good.
Sounds like
Good,
you're at
man.
a pub.
It does. He's jamming out.
He's like,
Okay.
God.
Nice. Okay. Next question is Fatality V2. When does Old Ben or Luke drop? On the forums, they say they are complete and ready. I don't think we've actually gotten a date for when they're actually gonna do that client restart with those changes. Has anyone seen a date that said that? I don't think I saw one.
Mm-mm.
I've not seen anything firm. I've got a good guess in mind, but no, nothing firm, not that I've seen.
Middle of the month, maybe?
I think it's going to drop after the R2 event, to be honest. Next week, hopefully. Next week.
I can see that. That makes sense.
Yeah, we know it's this month, we just don't know when. That's the thing. There's been no mention or even slight hint. So I guess we just use our best guesstimation and say probably, I think that makes sense after the R2 event, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. Next question is, this is for Darth Bella from Fatality V2. Do you have your blue droid 7-starred, Darth Bella? Do you have R2-D2 7-star?
Oh yes, of course I do.
Yes.
He's 7-starred and double Zeta.
I know. I was. That's why I wanted to give you a chance to brag.
Yeah, that's fun. Actually, I don't need to brag. A lot of people have him 7-starred, but a lot of people have others 7-starred and used many Zetas. For me, it was my first Zeta, and I don't regret it. No regrets.
Absolutely. So the next question is from Dustin Tiny Rick. Dustin Tiny Rick. Would Old Ben or any other rework be good as or better than the current team used in the heroic AAT, i.e. Luke and friends, as a viable option for any phase? So, are we going to make a team out of Stormtrooper Han, Leia, R2, Old Ben, and Luke? Oh, probably. I mean, that's an invasion meta. I mean, well, let's give this one to Mike. Mike, what do you think about this? Do you think that you would use them all together, or are they better with other people in the heroic AAT?
They're better with other people. Yeah, for sure. Oh, R2's already used. I mean, he's resistance in P4, chalking up some really high scores. Or you can throw him in with Rebels in P2 as well. Luke with that stacking crit damage could be interesting. Maybe worked into the GK sync in P1.
I agree.
Ben taunts and Ben. He's not going to be so much evasion meta. Well, I mean, his lead brings evasion, but his basic has switched, hasn't it? That he now will expose.
Mhm.
So, I mean, that's something that sort of, you're not going to turn away anyone that exposes. And on basic, and if you can get them going a lot,
Potentially he could go onto that resistance squad, right?
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, or maybe, maybe if you combined him with Cassian and K2, it gives you your double taunts. I think Cassian exposes. And work him in there. I mean, if you used to put a wedge lead, you've got healing there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that. Yeah,
and now with a rebel tag, maybe that would be something.
Yeah, because he'll get the heal and so on. So,
and then Leia's already on it. Leia's already on a good team, right? I mean, we've already got a team for.
Yeah. And she's getting a rework as well, isn't she?
That's what they said.
I mean, that one, that's got my interest peaked in multiple, well, not multiple layers, but 2 parts. One part is that we still haven't had from the game any form of tribute. They mentioned that they were going to do something for, Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see that that's something that's, significant and worthy, and also the fact that she was meta. I mean, she was a star for me. Early days.
Oh yeah.
Early days in Arena. Oh my. Stealth and get rid of 5s. Lovely.
And then there's a couple others too, as far as and then Stormtrooper Han really belongs, I guess, in a lot of people's P3 teams, right?
Yeah. Yes. Of course, Jeopardy.
Yeah. And I mean, he doesn't belong there if you have Thrawn, I guess, but he does belong there if you don't have Thrawn. So, and yes. I've seen a lot. I saw a debate. Someone said actually on that Thrompentine team to actually take out Royal Guard and put Stormtrooper Han back in. I don't remember who said that. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was on one of our Reality Skew Gamer show or not. But I heard that as well, which I've never tried. I always forget whenever I go to put it in, but I'm interested by that as well. So I don't think I'm with you. I don't think they make a squad.
No, but then other than Resistance. Who else? You could argue that you can put together a rebel squad as well. I mean, but how many rebels have we got? 28? Is it, or is it more? Yeah, I mean, so
1 million.
If you couldn't make a squad out of that many, then there would have to be something seriously going on. But otherwise, you switch out a clone to strengthen that squad. You do a hybrid of General Kenobi and Darth Maul in P1. It's the chemistry, isn't it, of linking in who works with what, who enhances, who just brings out the most of what your objective is, which is normally to hit as hard as you can, as fast as you can, without losing much.
Agreed. Okay, so Tony Richards. Does everyone think that there's actually going to be Stun Gun Luke, as seen by Mobile Gamer, and Arnold T101 videos? So, do we think this is actually going to be Stun Gun Luke? You mean as far as having a lot of stun guns that you need in order to gear him up, or that he's just going to be, the character is going to be used for stuns based on his abilities? I'm thinking he means going to be stunned based on his abilities, but I'm a little confused about what he means by that question.
Yeah, there was a
Did he follow up to that in the?
There was a pic, I don't know how to post it to you right now, but it's Luke, Commander Luke, and it's a fake, of course. It's photoshopped.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows him with 6 stun cuffs, and he's got attack, rebel, and stun cuffs.
Oh yeah, that's a joke, man.
That was the joke, but it was fun. It was really fun.
I mean, is he going to take a lot? Is he going to be gear heavy? I can't believe him. I can't believe he won't be gear heavy. Will it be 400 Carbantis and 3 stun guns and 4 stun cuffs? Probably not. But he will probably be on the level with somebody like R2 or somebody like Thrawn. Be my guess. Next question is from Jeffrey K. Jeffrey K says, has anyone seen the Ghost or the Phantom in Fleet Arena? I have been farming them, but haven't seen them so far. Did I assume wrong? Thinking they were good. So, Darth Bella, what are your thoughts on the Ghost and the Phantom, and do you think that they will be ships arena viable?
Yeah, I was farming them as well. I just 7-starred them yesterday. And what I've actually, I tried them out before that once they were 5 stars. And I realized that I got, that people tried to beat me more than normal just because I had Phantom and Ghost in there. So I took them out until I could upgrade them a bit. But I will try them out. I think you have to have the right team. And I would probably go for Akbar as capital ship and try them out with him. Yeah, definitely. I think they're cool ships, but other ship combinations, other fleet combos will work as well. So it's never wrong to farm a ship.
Right. You also had a theory about a reason why to, just in your spare time, if you had any spare fleet currency, about why you might want Phantom and the Ghost. Do you remember that theory that you kind of, I don't remember if we were typing in private about that or if we were in another chat about that, but you had a theory about that. Do you remember?
I'm not quite sure where you're heading right now.
So potentially you said that in the description, when we got Thrawn, remember when we got Thrawn?
Yeah.
It said that Thrawn you actually defeated Thrawn on his capital ship, the Chimera, right?
Yeah.
And we had you brought up the idea that potentially there might be some kind of a legendary event for Thrawn to be the capital.
You're right. That was my idea. That you had, because you always had to fight, or not always, for the Jedi event, for Yoda, you fight with Jedi, but for nearly all other events, I think you fight with the opposite side, like dark side fights light side. And it would totally make sense for Thrawn to fight them with the Phoenix.
I would agree with that one. So whenever you made, so that's a good reason, potentially, at least in your spare time, to maybe be thrown a little bit at the Phantom and the Ghost.
Yeah, and I quite like the Phoenix characters. I know they are not exactly OP, but they are fun to play. So, we play this game for fun as well.
Absolutely. So I want to throw this next question out to Turbs and also to Mike Hunt. The question is from Tony Richards. Do you guys think that the Princess Leia rework will affect the P4 clone Zodi team? We'll start with Turbs first. Turbs, what are your thoughts on that?
Potentially, if she stops doing multiple hits, and not so much the multiple hits, it's the buff that she gives, isn't it? That you want to stop you from dying from the airstrike. Fortunately, there is alternatives, isn't there? Some people use Scavenger. I use Leia myself, but there are replacements that you can use. So it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I hope she's still usable, because again, I use her in that team and she's good, but we'll see where they go. I reckon they'll keep it. I reckon she'll still give a buff on a basic, and we'll just see what else to do with the kit other than that. But hopefully, like I said, there is alternatives. So
yeah, Mike, what are your thoughts on the rework, and do you think it's going to change that team at all?
No, I think that she'll still be viable on the. She tends to be on the P4 phase 4
Right.
on there. I think that she'll if anything she'll give more buffs. They'll add something else to it. I know, like crit immunity or something. They'll buff what she gives out, and hopefully do something that maybe she can regain more health.
I would love to see that.
That's the only thing with her, isn't it? Is, you know, I mean, they remedied it with Tarkin when he got his rework. That Tarkin, it costs you a Zeta, but you can make Tarkin really tanky by doing his unique.
Right.
So if they were to do something similar, maybe I don't know, maybe based on crit hits or whatever, that, you know, she gets a few of those and that, you know, doubles up her health still, or yeah, maybe something like that. That's what I'd like to see.
So the next question is for all of us, so we'll just kind of go around. Question is from Finity. What do all the panelists have Luke, Old Ben, Leia, R2D2, and Stormtrooper Han at? And so Mike, what do you have these guys at, both gear level and star level, and do you have them with mods already? So gear level, star level on this group.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Mine I think are maxed. Hang on. I'm just checking now. As I say, I did run them. Yeah, they're all 7-star, level 85, gear 11, modded. I'm sorry, every one of my tunes is modded.
Yeah, me too.
Their storage, so that
even my zero guys have mods at this point. My guys I use as the zero for a raid.
Lobot is modded.
Yes, my Lobot is modded as well. Gotta love it. Turbs, how are you doing on that team? Where do you stand on those guys?
7-star gear 11. I don't think all of them are maxed. There might be one or two gear pieces short on maybe Luke and maybe Old Ben. Just one of those where you can't justify using that one of the thermal detonators or whatever when there's other people, but they're pretty much there. I could probably not max them out and still do well, but yeah, 7-starred, and like you guys, they've got mods in some shape or form on them, just whether it be storage or whatever. Probably a mismatch, but yeah, I've not had to do any farming, fortunately.
Good. Riemann, where do you have all these 5 at?
I'm at 7-star with all of them. I mean, I think my Luke is gear 11, my Ben is gear 10, my Leia is gear 11, my Han is gear 11, and my R2D2 is gear 11. So I mean, really the only one I need to still work on a little bit is Ben, and to get him to gear 11 too.
And then Darth Bella, where you want to tell us where you're at on these 5?
Oh, sure, I can tell you. For me, it's not exactly the same. I have R2D2 and Santan. Stormtrooper Han. I always say Santan. But he's not holy, right? No, he's not. I have them on gear 11 and modded because I use them in arena and in raids. Mm-hmm. Leia and Luke are 7-starred, gear 10 and 9. Mm-hmm. And they actually have mods. No, I stole all of Luke's mods. I needed them elsewhere. And Ben, while we were talking, I got him at least to 5-star now.
Nice.
And he's gear, I think, 8. Yeah. Okay. So, Ranger, and no mods yet on him.
No mods on him. Okay. Ranger, where are you at on these 5 guys?
Well, the only one I'm working on is Old Ben. I just have to get him. He's 6 stars. I'm just working on getting him to 7 stars. I think they're all gear 8 or higher. R2, Ben, all of them. And they have mods. It's just a matter of the only thing I have left to do is just get old Ben to 7 stars, and I'll be good to go. But he's already 6 stars, and I'm well on my way, so I'll easily have him done before the event starts, and should be good to go.
And I have them all 7-star, level 85. Leia and Stormtrooper Han are both gear 11. Old Ben is gear 10, and then Luke and R2D2, everybody's going to call shame, are both gear 9. Just because I don't ever use them, as terrible as that sounds. So that's where I'm at on them. So I feel like we're probably all in pretty good shape on this one. What now? Here's the question from MJ. MJ asked, "What is the over and under on Carbantis for Luke?" So let's go around. Riemann, what's your over under on Carbantis for Luke? How many Carbantis you think he's going to take?
11.
11 full Carbantis. Okay.
I think they're going to blow our minds. Listen. They're giving us a character for free that's not only been coveted for a long time, but also for basically a bunch of characters that almost everybody has already. Okay, and they're going to want. There's going to have to be some payback. Okay, and it's going to come in the form of speed farming Carbantis to get your Luke Skywalker to gear 11 as quick as possible, so that you can throw them in your arena team. So, I mean, there's going to be those people that have them at gear 11 day 1, and they're gonna throw them in right away, and that's going to make everybody else jealous. So you're going to have a bunch of other people like trying to speed farm gear, just kind of like when you're getting your Kenobi ready to go. Kenobi, if you're not farming him, if you're not farming the gear fast, can take you about a month to gear 11. I think that it'll be something similar with Luke. It'll be, like a long haul to get him to gear 11. So I think
I think that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad thought on that one. 11. Damn. I just went back and looked at Thrawn, and I think it's 9 if you were to max out Thrawn. So
I think they're going to surpass even Thrawn with 11 Carbantis.
I could definitely see that. Darth Bella, how many Carbantis you think is going to be on old on Commander Luke?
1,000.
1,000. So that would be 1,000 would be divided by 50. What is that? 20? So
I don't know. I'm joking, but I think I agree. Actually, he will be hard to gear.
Agreed.
If it's Carbantis or stun cuffs, I don't know.
Ranger, what are your thoughts? Over under on the Carbanti count per?
Bob. I'm going to bid $1.
$1. Okay, so you're taking the low bid on that one.
Yes, like the Price is Right. I bid $1.
Mike Hunt, what are your thoughts on the number of Carbantis?
So I'm going to go vague for a sec here. I looked at gearing up Bistan earlier on today, and I was shocked to see, to get him to gear 10, he's going to cost me 4 cuffs. And he's a rebel, so I'm thinking they're going to be naughty. They're going to do like the combos, that Mark IV thing that requires 50 farmable cuffs and 50 of another gear piece or whatever raid piece. They'll do the stun cuffs, so it's not just Carbantis, it's the Mark V salvage as well, 50 of each. They're going to go that route. I reckon that you're going to see like 5 or 6 stun cuffs and a similar number of stun guns. I think that it's going to be horrific.
Yeah. Turbs, what's your thought, man?
I'm along the lines with Mike. To be honest, there's going to be a few solo Carbantis. There's going to be probably 4 lots of stun guns, which obviously require Carbantis as well. I'll go 1 under what Riemann says. I'll go 10 Carbantis, but I reckon there's going to be 6 stun guns as well. Some solo ones and some in the back to gel. The top AAT one where you mix it with the purple tubes.
Yeah. So characters to max out. The most gold pieces we have right now is Chopper at 550. right? And then the most purple pieces we have is Grievous and Kenobi, both tied at 1660. So I'm thinking he's going to beat both of these numbers. So I'm going to go for 600 gold pieces, and I'm probably going to go for our first character that will break 1700 on purples. So I'm thinking he's going to easily push the envelope on both of those items.
Do you reckon he might be the first Gear 12?
Potential. I also think that potentially.
How dare you?
I'm also going to tell you this. It would not be out of the realm of possibility that he takes 7 raid pieces. We have 3 characters with 7 raid pieces. He could easily take 7 raid pieces.
Or perhaps territory battle rewards.
Oh god. Yeah, it's going to be basically everybody in the group is thinking it's a nightmare except for Bob Vila over there, who's decided it's $1.
That's a Price is Right reference. I will bid $1, Bob.
Make sure you spay and neuter your pets.
Is it the very first?
I underbid everybody so I could go up on stage and try to win fabulous prizes.
Oh man. Okay, Mortal Womp Rat says currently running a Zeta Vader meta with Darth Nihilus, Thrawn, and Assassin. But I don't have General Kenobi. Can I use Stormtrooper instead? Or do I need a cleanser like Savage Opress? So anybody here running a Vader lead right now? I am not running a Vader lead. I can talk about it because I fight a bunch of them in arena, but I wanted to give that to someone who was running a Vader lead in arena right now. Bueller. So Kenobi obviously works better for 2 reasons. The reason why Kenobi works better is because he does have a cleanse and he has a taunt. You can use Shore Trooper. Shore Trooper will work, but Shore Trooper is not, in my opinion, as good as Kenobi. It depends on the teams you go up against. If you go up against teams that are high debuff teams, like a Thrawn team, like a Nihilus team, some kind of an Empire team, it will be really tough if you don't have the cleanser. If you're going up against a lot of Rex teams or a lot of triple cleanse teams, they have fewer debuffs, and so it won't be as necessary, and you can get by. So basically, you're going to have to pick and choose your opponents, in my opinion, if you want to use Shore Trooper. And you may find that you need to bring Shore Trooper in when it's not a lot of debuffs, but a heavy damage dealing team, and you may need to bring Savage in if it's a heavy damage dealer team. I mean, if it's a heavy debuff team. Next question. Captain Blackbeard. He asks, which ability would you Zeta first on Commander Luke? So I want to go around and ask this question. We're going to start with Darth Bella. Darth Bella on Commander Luke.
I don't know them by heart.
I don't know them by heart either. I'm gonna have to reread them.
Where are they? Oh my god.
I'm working to find them at the moment. Let me jump up here. I was trying to find where the abilities were actually written out. I know I've seen them written out, but I can't seem to find them at the moment. I thought they were in a discussion here. Maybe I'll have to. Here it is. I think I found it. So our abilities here are so you have Disdain Strike, Use the Force, Call to Action, Rebel Maneuver, and I don't know what the 5th one is. That's just unique. I'm trying to find it here. It binds all things. So these are the 3, right? So you've got Leader ability, Rebel Maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
This ability is Rebel allies have a 50% crit chance, 50% defense, plus 15% offense Whenever an enemy resists a detrimental effect, rebel allies gain 5% turn meter. That is the ability at Omega. We don't know. I don't remember what gives the Omega and what doesn't. So we're going to have to kind of see. The unique here is learn control. While Luke does not have call to action, he has 50% counter chance, 50% crit avoidance, and 50% defense, plus 100% tenacity, and gains 10% turn meter whenever a rebel ally takes damage. The third ability, it binds all things. Luke has 40% potency. Whenever Luke resists a detrimental effect, he recovers 5% health and 5% protection. Whenever Luke inflicts a debuff, he gains 10% turn meter, and other allies gain half that amount. So we have a leader, and 2 uniques.
Yeah, I mean, it depends a bit on how you use it, right? How you use Commander Luke. Would you use him as a leader? I definitely would go for the leader ability because it sounds really brilliant. I mean, critical chance and defense and offense and turn meter, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't use him as a leader and you just like to play around a little bit, then I would obviously not Zeta his leader ability. I kind of like abilities where others profit as well. I'm not sure I got that all down, but the last one, the
binds all things.
Yeah, bind all things. I probably would prefer that one.
I would. I think that one sounds super good.
Yeah.
Riemann,
Lord of the Rings to me.
Right, Riemann. What's your thoughts on that? On those 3? So you got the 3 abilities you have are the leader ability, rebel maneuver, the unique learn control, and then the unique it binds all things. Which one of those 3 do you think is the most important, or which ones are you thinking that you're going to Zeta first?
I'm probably going to go with I think it binds all things.
Yeah,
that's what I.
To me, that one to me that one seems like the first one as well. Ranger, what are your thoughts on these 3 abilities?
Well, I mean, it's obviously you want to do all 3, but I mean, if you have one, I think all binds makes the most sense. I mean, unless you're going to use him as a leader, you may want to use that Zeta for that. But I mean, his leader's great, but I don't think it's as high a priority as the other one. So I think all things, bind would be the one I would go with.
Nice. Turbs, what are your thoughts? Which one would you do first?
Not like me to go with the crowd, but yeah, it binds all things, to be honest. It just takes him to the next level, doesn't it? It gives him his stat boosts for his potency. And obviously he's going to be sharing turn meter, so if you stick him against, anytime somebody fractures, they're going to get turn meter, and as soon as you face a Zeta squad with all them debuffs, it's going to be sharing turn meter. I think that's got to be the number one passive.
Yeah. Mike, what are your thoughts? Which unique you think is the most important?
So can I come back? Sorry, I just got some news which has thrown me off.
Yeah.
Sorry, I will be back, but
all
sorry.
Right. No problem. So I personally, looking at those 3, I would definitely say binds all things would be the first one that I would go for, without a doubt. And then if I was going to put them in order, I would look at both of these uniques first. I'd look at learns control as being second, just because it gives the diversity in case I wanted to go with a different leader, like a wedge lead or something else. And then third, I would probably do his real leader ability. So that would be how I would do it. Next question is from Keyboard. It is, what is your ideal lineup for Commander Luke. I want to ask this one to we'll go with Darth Bella first, ladies first. What do you think is the squad that you're going to use with Commander Luke? Whenever you're just kind of thinking of a squad.
Squad.
Like an arena squad.
Yeah, because I was just thinking we should get him one of those animals, you know. What were they called?
Oh.
On Hoth.
The Tauntauns?
The Tauntauns. Yeah. I would put a Tauntaun on his team.
Nice. Yeah, he should definitely have a Tauntaun. But what do you think is going to be the squads that are going to work well with a Commander Luke?
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about the rework, right? So obviously we should have a look at Leia. I mean, the whole story of Star Wars is about both of them. So that would be cool if they could actually fight together. I actually would love to have like a team with Han and Lando, just thinking about the books, not about abilities and synergies now. Like I also had the idea to go for a Skywalker family and put Darth Vader on it and Kylo.
Nice.
But this is just kind of, you know, from the story, not really yet looking at the abilities and if they could be good together.
Right. I think there's so many possibilities. It's hard to tell at this point. Ranger, what do you think is going to be one of the teams you're going to want to try out?
Well, I mean, it's he's got to be tested out, right? We got to see what works. So there's a couple possibilities. You could go Jedi with him. I mean, with Qui-Gon, Kenobi, Old Ben, Luke, and Ezra. You could run Luke with Darth Nihilus, Thrawn, General Kenobi, R2-D2. You could go Rebel Team with Luke, R2-D2, Old Ben, Biggs and Wedge, or Chirrut and Baze. So at this point, I think looking at his kit, he had so much flexibility that as it stands right now, there's a ton of possibilities of which way he could go. That being said, the sky's the limit at this point. So I think until we can get in there and actually do some testing and stuff, that's where it's going to come down to.
Turbs, Riemann, you guys want to add anything to that?
I want to try him with in my squad at the minute, to be honest, with a wedge lead. Because the main one is you're getting your health recovery, aren't you? You're getting the extra offense. And apparently he's going to be quite high offense anyway, isn't he? Yeah. He's going to be laying down the defense down, isn't it? Which means he'll lay a stun over the top of that. Obviously, Fulcrum just stands there, and every other turn she's doing the big booms, isn't she? Mm-hmm. And maybe I'd swap out GK out of my squad and put Old Ben in there because it's looking like him and Luke have got some really, really good synergy. Really good synergy, but it depends. Without the auto taunt, it might be a bit dodgy, but that's going to be my attacking one. But I can't take any kudos for this because it was Smith who come up with it, but this sounds like the best defense team, and what Ranger said with the Rebels. Whether it be Luke lead, Old Ben, then Chase, because you've got your auto taunt, so you've got two taunters, and another attacker, whether it be Fulcrum or whether it be, I'm assuming OG Han's going to be awesome with his rework. He's probably going to hit hard, so the sky's the limit. But we'll see. We shall see.
Riemann, what are your thoughts? Yeah,
I think Luke leader with Baze, Chirrut, R2-D2, and either as your fifth, like Ahsoka, Fulcrum, or Ezra Bridger. I think you got to have another attacker there. You can't have Old Ben in there too. But yeah, I'd say like Baze, Chirrut, Luke lead with R2-D2, and probably Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Bridger would be sick on that team. I agree. So, next question is from Jeffrey K. Jeffrey K says, do you think they will give Luke a disadvantage, like a very slow base speed? In other words, is he going to have an Achilles heel of some type? Gosh, we haven't really seen his stats yet. I haven't seen anywhere where it's data mined. Almost every character has some kind of Achilles heel, though, don't they? There's some way to beat him. And who knows what that's going to be, right? I mean, it looks like he has fairly good HP and protection. I think his Achilles heel is it takes forever to gear him up.
Sith.
Maybe Sith.
Days in his counter.
Oh, days. There's another, or stagger, right?
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be slow, to be honest. He's an attacker. Attackers don't tend to be slow.
What do you think?
Sorry.
What do you think?
His Achilles heel is he looks bad in a beige sweater.
That's his Achilles heel. He looks bad in a beige sweater. We just need him in all black, right? Oh my god. Bella, can you think of any kind of Achilles heel they might give him?
What?
Any kind of Achilles heel? Is there anything that he's going to be bad at? Can you think
Luke.
of anything? Yeah, Commander Luke.
Yeah. Commander Luke.
Anything he might be bad at?
He might be bad. I don't know. I mean, I'm trying not to think of the books, of course. Just thinking of the character as it is.
I think they're gonna rework Darth Vader, when he's gonna have a new unique called "Chop Off My Son's Hand." And whenever he does that, he has 50% speed and 50% tenacity.
I was going to say you.
And when they rework Commander Luke, then he has one ability which is called "No" with 20 O's. And it's
no idea.
I'm not. You're not my father. So so he can't fight at all if Darth Vader is on the same team.
Would any kind of ability block or cooldowns probably screw him up?
Could we just have a high-powered magnet? That's him taken care of.
Yeah, I don't know. Potentially with all this turn meter gain, he will be real slow, and so maybe you'd want to put him like under an Akbar lead or something. Who knows, man? You could kind of think through this a bunch of different ways.
Orlando
lead. That might work out well.
He doesn't have a metal hand either. Don't forget yet.
Not yet.
So that's your idea out the window, Mike.
Who knows? Member Tauntaun says, I'm at 125 of 330 shards for Old Ben. I'm doing 4 refreshes a day. Do you think there's a chance that I will be able to get my Old Ben to 7-star before the event? So there's a guy that made an app for this. Let me see if I can find it. He made a Cantina farming tool. If I can find it, that'll tell you how quickly you'll get him if you're doing 4 refreshes a day plus your natural gain on Old Ben.
I'm doing a farming series at the moment, and I'm averaging between 9 and 10 on max Cantina plus the 300 refreshes. I've been doing this for. I did it with Death Trooper, the 2 Siths, Gar, and now I'm doing Super Pooper.
Who's Super Pooper?
Imperial Super Commando.
Oh, okay.
Super Pooper. Did Loki join us?
I don't know. I didn't see him.
Loki, you there?
I can see his logo in the chat.
Listening.
Yeah, there he is.
There
Good
he
morning.
is.
Good morning.
Thanks for showing up.
Of
I
course.
With regards to that app, Grande, I think it was I Am Your Father who did it. It's actually on the App Store. So maybe if you have a search and have a play around and maybe search Cantina Star Wars Galaxy, you might actually find it in the Android store.
Yeah, I was trying to see if they had a web-based version for it, but I can't seem to find it at the moment. But there is one that'll tell you how close you are to being able to to get it.
It's a relatively simple calculation, to be honest. He told me what he's based it on. He's based it on an average. It's 1 shard per 3 battle.
And so if you look, I mean, so you can kind of get pretty close. You know, we don't know when this event's going to drop, but you're probably going to need to push every bit of that. Remember Tauntauns, as well as be looking for him in the shard shop, as well as be looking for him in the regular cantina. I mean, in the regular store as well. So I would do both. Okay, next question. These are 2 related questions, so I'm going to read them both, and then we'll kind of go over this. And welcome, Sir Loki. We're glad you're here. So this is keyboard. Do we know the gear requirements for Commander Luke? And the other one is, do we think having a gear 11 Leia and Stormtrooper Han and R2-D2 and a gear level 9 and a gear level 8 Farm Boy will be good enough to get Commander Luke? So we don't know the gear requirements. We already talked about the over/under. Basically, we all think he's going to be hard, except for Ranger, who thinks he's only going to take 1 Carbanti to get to gear 11.
That's called winning.
Yeah, that's called winning. He's basically going to be as easy to gear as Poggle. That's what we're thinking. He's going to be his gear is going to look like Poggle, or his gear is going to look like like General Veers or Geonosian Soldier. He's going to be about as easy to gear as Geonosian Soldier. Yeah, right. Or East Mace Windu. Somebody easy like that. Or Qui-Gon Jinn. No way. No way in heck is he going to be that easy to do. But we kind of probably need to give some predictions, and we'll give this one to Sir Loki. We're glad you're here. Do you think that Tony Richards can do this event with a gear 11 Leia, gear 11 Stormtrooper Han, and R2-D2, and a gear level 9 Old Ben, and a gear level 8 Farm Boy Luke?
Yeah, I think you can probably get away with maybe gear 8, gear 9 on everybody, but if you got a couple of tunes at gear 10, gear 11, I think you're in good shape. I would try with what you got first. It's kind of like the Grande. You remember when you did the Thrawn event?
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody has to treat it like that. I wouldn't go max gear 11 if you don't have to. If you're going to gear somebody up, gear up the attackers. So, maybe bump up Luke just a little bit. Maybe bump him to like gear 9, because hopefully he gets the rework before the event, because he's going to do a bunch of damage, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the way I would treat it. But yeah, I think his lineup sounds solid for the event.
Just as a thought, and I can't remember, but does Old Ben appear on any nodes at the moment? Because if he does, it might be worth 3-starring that before the character gets the buff.
Oh, is he ever our enemy of choice, you mean?
I'm just thinking of light and dark sides. Whether I'm trying to recollect whether he actually appears in any of them. It's so long since I've done them. But
I think it's an early one. I think it's a very early one.
Very early node. So yeah.
So any new starters, try and 3-star that as soon as you can, because that's going to be a pain once he gets.
Absolutely.
He's gonna taunt, and you're gonna have to kill him. Then he'll buff everybody. Then you'll die.
Yeah. So, yeah. I gotta tell you, I'm kind of with Sir Loki. Probably gear 8, gear 9, and probably not Omegas. Some of us have had these characters now for over a year. These particular characters. So a lot of people have them maxed. I'm not saying everybody. I think Old Ben is going to be most people's sticking point. Either that or potentially R2, depending on when you started. So next question is the Starry Khaki asked a question. The question was, just dusted off old Ben and noticed he was gear 9 with 2 Carbantis equipped. I wish I could remove the gear and finish my General Kenobi. Should EA have a mechanism to remove current gear from a character? Darth Bella, do you think that EA should let you remove gear and place it on somebody else?
A wise answer, my apprentice.
Don't give them ideas, because I think that would cost crystals.
I do too. I think it cost a lot of crystals.
Hmm.
Anybody else think it's a good idea? I actually probably think it's a bad idea to remove gear.
I don't. Yeah.
That'd be like removing Zetas, wouldn't it? I mean,
it's the whole thing of if you do it impulse, but how often do you gear impulsively? It's
or
planned.
Zeta impulsively. It happens occasionally, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are people who've accidentally Zetaed.
When you're sitting on a few.
unique.
Yeah. I mean, you're right, and also like if you're looking at in who's
Ranger has a Zeta Cassian's unique.
Oh, do you feature in Smithy's new video?
Oh, the worst Zetas in the game. I don't think Cassian's in that group, but it does make me chuckle a little bit that or chirp a lead. People who've Zetaed chirp a lead on accident. I shouldn't laugh. I could do that on accident.
And when it happens, it's going to be just beautiful.
I don't know. I don't think they should do it. I think they should leave it well enough alone. We have enough people that cry about stuff and they get what they want. Let's leave the gearing thing alone. Plus, if you have them geared already and then all of a sudden they get a rework, you're like happy and you're like woohoo. So
yeah, let's wait till after the rework.
Bad Horsey number 1. When are TIE Reaper, Falcon, and Kylo Ren's ship coming? If I had $1 million.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the answer to that one. Tony Richards, do you guys think I should stop buying blueprints in the fleet store and saving for Zetas? I have 31 Zeta mats currently and want to be one of the first on my shard with a Zetaed Luke.
Just answered your own question there, haven't you?
There you go.
Basically, if you want to be the first, then you need to have 60. So I guess you probably need to stop. You did sort of answer your own question. The only way to get 60 Zetas is to not be farming a bunch of ships. So yeah, stop. You want to, by all means.
As long as you 3-star the challenge.
Yeah, as long as you 3-star the challenge. There you go. Fatality V2. Do you think BB-8 is coming? I hear him in post ship. You're talking about hardware. I don't know. None of us know when hardware is coming.
Do we think he has a character they'll introduce him, like R2?
Maybe around about the next movie. Maybe.
Yeah, I could see
sense.
in the next movie.
I think you
expand
need
the
ship as well.
resistance team out.
Yeah. Hey, potentially he has a bigger role in the next movie, and maybe that's why they held off on bringing him out. Plus, by golly, he might be smaller than Yoda. I hope they don't give him a ship. If they gave BB-8 and Yoda a ship, I already have a hard enough time targeting TIE fighters in the back, let alone Yoda's ship or BB-8 ship. Please let them be with somebody else. Keyboard, who is your worst gear? Who is your worst 7-star? So, Sir Loki, who's your worst 7-star?
I'm kind of like you, man. I mean, I got them all 7 stars, so except the Ewoks. I don't know, Ugnaught, because they kind of tricked us during the tank that he was supposed to be good, and I bit into that and I geared him up. And Eth Koth is pretty bad, so anybody that they tricked into gearing up for the tank, thinking they were going to be good, and now we don't use them. So those are my two regrets right there.
Turbs, worst gear 7. Most disliked.
One of the Jawas, to be honest. I hate the Jawas.
Not a problem. Just pick
Hate
one.
the Jawas.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, Dacia.
Dacia. Okay.
I'll say that Jawa just because he's a Jawa called Jawa.
There you go. Yeah. Human. How come we don't have the Star Wars player Human? I need that guy. Mike, who do you think is the worst 7-star you got?
I'm just having a butcher's now. My worst 7-star.
Heath Cough.
Eve. I'm a waste of space cough. Yeah.
Riemann, worst 7-star. Riemann?
Worst 7-star character that I have?
Yeah.
I mean, Mob Enforcer, of course.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad one. Darth Bella, worst 7-star.
I don't think I have a 7-star that is really bad.
Well, I know because you take good advice. You're not dumb like the rest of us.
You let us make your mistakes for you.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, you told me he was bad, and I'm like, he is, so I don't have him. I'm like,
oh wait, how many Night Sisters are there?
Oh yeah, exactly. But what's the worst one that you have that you're like, man, that one's really not my favorite?
I haven't upgraded him yet. I think it's actually a male character, even though he looks rather female. It's Newt Gunray.
Yeah, I could see
what
that.
What did you say?
Oh, he's great.
he was great for 3 days. He
was great until then.
I went in my heists.
3 days in May. He was really good.
That's 3 days more than Ugnaught.
Yeah. I've got a Gear 11. I only have one Omega to put on him. It's like, what was I thinking?
What were you thinking?
I'm fully Omega Ugnaught. I'm fully Omega Ugnaught. I thought it was going to be awesome in pick. Well, to be honest, I did get about a month out of him. When the AAT first came out, he was kind of in the P3 squad of choice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was, he was funny dodging. It was usable.
But I mean, an ability called Cowardly Shot. I mean, that says all, doesn't it?
Yeah, that says it all.
Have you looked at Asajj?
Asajj Ventress.
Endless Wrath.
Yeah.
Endless Wrath. Yeah. Have you seen how much damage it does? I don't think it breaks 2,000 crit. Endless Wrath.
and it ends.
And it ends. It doesn't even get started, does it?
It
doesn't end.
It resets on a kill, doesn't it? But it can never kill anybody.
Exactly. You have to leave them kind of staggering just on turn meter alone, and then you might get the kill.
Yeah, you have to do one of those where like someone threw a bomb and it didn't quite kill them, and you're like, oh, okay.
That was
on a broken node on node 12.
I used to run her, and it was like, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it's really bad. Ranger, worst 7-star.
Magma Trooper.
Oh snap! Yeah, that is a
big steaming pile of worthless.
I'm actually going to say one here that's some people's favorites. Character that you put the most into and is really crap is General Grievous. Man, that guy should, as much effort as you have to put into to get him to 7-star, he should be so much better. So Grievous to me needs to be better. He's the worst for how much effort you got to put into him. I mean, Grievous is one of the has some of the most the hardest amount of gear to get, and you still he's still not very good. He's
probably the hardest farm behind Vader, isn't he? Vader's obviously the hardest because before the shops come out, he used to be the hardest farm because you could only get him through the accomplishments, couldn't you? But
So-
now he's shard shop only, isn't he? So he's the
Grievous-
second hardest farm again.
He is also tied for first for the most number of purples.
He's in Fleet
1600
Shop
and-
as well.
He is in Fleet Shop. I get it. He's still hard as a
Oh no,
bogart.
he is. He is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he,
Sorry.
and if you're gonna put six, I mean, just Grievous versus Kenobi. That's basically what we're saying. Grievous and Kenobi. Grievous actually takes more gear. He takes more raid gear, and he takes more gold gear than Kenobi. Kenobi has 0 gold gear, and I mean that's unexcusable. So I'm gonna call that the worst. Mystic Enigma says, "Hi guys, what mods would you recommend for Old Ben, Leia, Luke, and Stormtrooper Han?" We'll do Ranger. What do you think we ought to put on Stormtrooper Han?
For gear, or are we talking?
Yeah, no. For mods, what mods should you put on Stormtrooper Han?
We have to wait and see. I mean, again, they're getting reworked, so it could be what you have on. It could be defensive and health mods. I mean, it's going to depend on like Old Ben.
Yeah.
Since he's going to be a tank, you're going to may have to rethink his mods and stuff, right? What are their new abilities going to do? You know, how are you going to use them in your team? Do they need to be sped up?
Is it just for this event, or are you going to throw them in as an arena team?
I mean, if you're going to just for this event, I mean, Stormtrooper Han's a tank, defense and health mods. You want protection and all that stuff on them. I mean, Leia's pretty obvious. Crit damage, crit chance. Same thing with Luke. Old Ben. Whatever mods you have on there now that were previously in there, you want, but wait for the reworks, right? Because you're probably gonna have to change some stuff around.
I would agree with that. I would also say that probably for this event, 4.5 mods at level 15 will probably be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, but you are going to need those probably. I think the event's not going to be that hard. I think it'll be hard, but it's not going to be super difficult because Agreed. I think that because of how much it's going to take to gear Luke and everything, that's going to be the payoff. It'll be not as difficult to get him as long as you have all the 7-star characters. Gear 8 probably, possibly gear 9, but gearing him is what's going to be the monster. Just like with all the other ones, Thrawn, General Kenobi. I mean, those are all tough farms, for the gear. So I think that's where you'll see the delay of everybody having 7-star Luke, except for the Mega Wells.
Richard Druckley asked a question: which is better to focus on, R2-D2 or Thrawn? I want to give this one to Sir Loki. Sir Loki, who do you focus on, R2-D2 or Thrawn? You have to focus on one right now.
I would say R2-D2 for sure, because you want to get Luke. If you're close, do everything you can to get Luke now, because you don't know when he's coming back. And at this point, if you're an older player, I mean, CG is basically giving it to you, so might as well take it for free. And if all you need to do is gear up your R2, then go for it. Yeah.
I think that's the key, though, isn't it, Loki?
You can only unlock Luke at 7-star. That's the other thing, right?
Yeah.
That's the key.
You can't get him at 5-star like Thrawn or General Kenobi, so you got to get him. And again, it's probably a year when he comes back,
6 months, right? I mean, it could easily be 6 months, maybe a year. Anyone else feel like that right now that they would choose Thrawn over R2? Just
depends. Situational only. If you're a fairly new player and you don't have any of the New Hope characters, then I think you've got to go for Thrawn.
Maybe. So if you're brand new, but I mean you'd have to be brand new to make that choice.
Yeah, but you still got to gear up Phoenix. I mean, that's horrendous. I think it's easier to gear up the core episode 4 characters to get Luke,
or Empire and do Empire. I don't know. Yeah, I would push for R2 right now over Thrawn. You can easily make a team with that. So Bad Horsey number 1 says, how viable is Tarkin lead with Thrawn, Nihilus, and Arena plus 2 other Empire? Anybody running Tarkin lead right now?
I do.
Okay. Mike?
Sorry, what was the question?
The question is, how viable is Tarkin lead with Thrawn, Nihilus, plus 2 other Empire.
Yeah. I run mine. Yeah, Tarkin lead, Death Trooper, Thrawn. Huh? I'm having a mental block now.
Is the Thrawn event coming back or something like that? Is it coming back again soon?
I've never.
Yeah.
They haven't. Well, I mean, did they give us? Did they tell us when Thrawn was coming back?
I think speculation is. I've heard October.
So that seems
a little soon to me.
That's
well, R2's back already.
Yeah, 2 or 3 months maybe. I don't know.
So here we go. Sorry. So the squad I run is, Tarkin lead with Death Trooper, Nihilus, Thrawn, and I'm currently running it with General Kenobi. But you can substitute Kenobi. First Order Stormtrooper is a good one in there as well. It's great against rebels. It really is, because Tarkin has boosts on rebels, and Death Trooper double taps rebels, and if you Omega, he's basic. He'll stun once he's dazed, and it works. It works nicely. And if you can put the Zeta onto Tarkin's lead, it makes all the events so much easier, because none of them have protection, and you expose as soon as their health drops.
Okay, Eric Escobar asked a question. I am not getting Commander Luke Skywalker this time. I am free to play. So what is the best Empire character to 7-star for the R2-D2 event? Thrawn. Thrawn is viable for me, ? I already have Emperor Palpatine, and Vader is fairly close to being ready. So let's give this one to Riemann. Riemann, who did you end up putting together for that team, for your team? What characters do you think would be the easiest for him to get to do that event?
I think, easiest is different than the best. I like Death Trooper, but I don't. He's a harder.
It's tough to get. Yeah.
He's a higher. What node is he to farm? Is he Cantina node? Is he level 2 or is he high? Is he high up again?
Oh,
I think
that's true.
I think he's 18 refresh, right? Like he's 18.
He's a 16, I think it is. But yeah, he I mean, Death Trooper, I think is let me find out where you get him. But you get him where you find him is
Cantina node
8A 16 energy. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. So I mean,
three refreshes and a max Cantina is 31 sims. There you go.
So so for your value as far as like the Empire is concerned, I mean, there's so many hard farms there. You have Snow Trooper's pretty good, but he's a hard farm.
Mm-hmm.
Veers is a hard farm. Tarkin you can get out of squad arena shipments
pretty easily. And he says Thrawn is viable, so that's 2. Palpatine, right? You could do Palpatine and potentially Royal Guard or Shore Trooper, maybe, and then maybe TIE Fighter pilot.
Would he be a new? Will he have Palpatine?
I would say TIE Fighter pilot's probably the best for the price. I mean, you're gonna be able to get TIE Fighter pilot the fastest
because he's a low node, right? Isn't he a super low node? 4B,
level
10 energy.
I had him on the team as well. TIE Fighter pilot.
Okay.
I've 7-starred him on my ult.
Nice.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, TIE Fighter pilot's, TIE Fighter pilot's awesome. I mean, he's super fast.
He's good ship. Yeah, I mean, he works in the raids. So yeah.
All around, I mean, you're going to get more value out of him than you are out of Tarkin. So I mean, if you're going to go for somebody first, but I mean, they come out of 2 different locations. So I mean, I would farm Tarkin at a squad arena shipments. I'd farm TIE Fighter pilot, and Yeah, I mean, other than that, we said who was the other person that we just mentioned? We said Palpatine.
Mhm. And then
Thrawn.
he says he got Thrawn and Vader. So
Yeah, I mean, you know how Vader is. I mean, Vader's easier to get now than ever before. So
yeah. Keyboard asked the question: do you think that territory battles will bring us the next gear level and a level cap? Everybody knows my thoughts on this one, so we'll go around.
You know my thoughts. Yep.
Sir Loki, are we getting a gear increase and a level cap increase with territory battles? Yes or no?
Yes.
Riemann, are we getting a gear level increase and a level cap increase with territory battles?
I know the answer to this question, so I can't say it.
All right. Turbs, it's fine. Turbs, are we getting a gear level increase and a level increase? Yes or no with territory battles?
I've got to go with the answer that I'm hopeful of, and I hope it's just a gear increase, not a cap increase.
Okay. Mike Hunt, are we doing a level increase and a gear increase with territory battles? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Take that for what it's worth. What did that mean in the movies whenever someone said no?
I think we're getting at least one of them.
Yeah.
But...
yeah.
It's fucking peanut butter. Excuse me. It's peanut butter and jelly, gentlemen. Come on. You can't get one without the other. Jim, it's marmalade and tea.
You said a bad word, Grande.
I did. I'm sorry.
Marmalade's not a bad word.
Darth Bella, are we getting a gear increase and a level increase with territory battles? Yes or no?
I don't know if we have all at the same time, but I think we will get one.
Agreed. Ranger J, 1999. Are we getting a gear increase and a level increase sometime to coincide with territory battles?
Gear, yes. Level cap, no.
And I say yes and yes. That's just me. Okay. Next question is from Dexter Kilgore. Which of the two Cantina nodes should I farm for Old Ben?
This is
Turbs.
a trick question. What is this?
No, not a trick question. If you need him fast, which one should you do, Turbs? So our choices on the Cantina battles for him are you get you get two choices.
Yeah,
Our choices are
it's 2F and 6B, but 2F is 8, 6B is 12.
So which one do you think, Turbs?
I think the lower one, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I think the drop race is very similar, but you've got to go for the lower one. Even if it's getting one extra shard a day, it's going to make the difference, isn't it? So
absolutely,
yeah.
Totally agree.
More bang for your buck.
Okay, Evergo or Evergoo says with Old Ben's rework, what synergistic teams might you run with Old Ben? I think we've kind of covered.
Yeah.
We've kind of covered this slightly. Basically saying we think it's going to be some type of a Jedi team or some type of a Rebel team. Next question. Oh my gosh, I don't know how you pronounce this name. I'm going to try it. Your Ketteria Masnusugan. Believe in the name Catherine. I don't know. I don't know what your name is. I apologize.
Let's say Catherine.
We're going to say Catherine. Okay. So, will the game add more characters to the Rebel series? For example, from the Rebel series, for example, the Inquisitors. Yes or no on more Rebel characters? We'll go around. Darth Bella. Yes or no on more characters from Rebels, the cartoon series?
When is the release of the next season?
September, I believe.
September, yeah. Could be. I'm not sure if it is the Inquisitor. We also had this spy, right? The double side guy. What was his name again?
Callus.
Yeah.
Agent Callus.
Agent
Agent
Callus.
Callus.
Yay!
I'm glad it wasn't Agent Hammertoe
Honestly.
or Agent Bonespur or Agent Wart. Anyway, go ahead.
Wow.
Yes. So potentially we are going to get you're thinking yes or no on new characters. Darth Bella.
Is it a yes or a no? I hope
yeah.
I hope a yes, but I don't know.
I gotcha. Turbs, yes or no on more characters from Rebels the series?
If they do a new series, probably. And you know, I know you said yes or no, but who I'd like to see the young version of Wedge. He was in the Imperial Academy, remember?
That's
That'd
true.
Be cool.
He was. That would be wicked cool.
That'd be cool.
Mike Hunt, yes or no on new characters from the Rebels the series?
Yes, and opens up the option of possibly Zetas on the Phoenix Squad.
Agreed. That would look sick good.
And also maybe some synergy between them and Fulcrum.
That would be really nice as well. Riemann, yes or no? New characters from Rebels the series. Riemann?
Healer.
I don't know what happened.
And Riemann died.
Sir Loki, what do you think? Yes or no on new characters from Rebels the series?
Yes. And I want them to bring. They already mentioned that the Chimera ship is coming, Thrawn ship. So I think they're going to bring a lot of dark side Rebels characters.
Man, I'd love to see a lot of dark side Rebels characters. I'd love to see some more dark side Rebel ships. I think there's a whole nother universe they can open up with that. Ranger, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, there's still quite a lot of characters that they could use. So it would make sense. I wouldn't be surprised with the launch of the next and final season of Rebels that they introduce new characters. You know, just to spice it up a little bit.
There you go.
Would Callus be light or dark though? If they brought him in.
He should be both, right? That would be awesome.
Yeah,
Good
you
if he
use
was.
him as a double agent, you know. But
yeah,
you never know.
He should be light and dark. Keyboard asks, do you think there will be more Darth Vaders because all of his suits were slightly different in all of the films? I'd love to see a second Darth Vader. I'd like to see burnt, crispy Darth Vader with no legs. And he just crawls around on the ground.
To do what? Have the ability to bleed on you? I mean, what is
I hate you! I hate you!
You were the chosen one!
You were the chosen one! But I know, but they have cookies on the dark side.
Oh, cookies. Well, this is awkward.
Okay. Harry Tasker says, what is the worst advice you have given Star Wars Galaxy of players that you thought was good at the time? So let's start with Sir Loki. What was the worst advice you gave someone that ended up, or that you thought was good at the time, but was really bad advice?
Damn, that's a good one, man.
I really like that.
I was on the Alliance show I was listening to the Alliance show last night, and somebody brought up all the old metas that were out. So, maybe it was when I told somebody, oh yeah, you need to gear up your Sid and make him lead. It's not too viable anymore.
No.
But it's any of those old metas. I think, I told somebody gear up droids, go for it. And they're not viable anymore. So
right, Riemann, what do you think was the worst advice you ever gave somebody? Riemann?
I think we lost Riemann.
Oh, okay. All right.
I've got one.
Yeah, you tell me, Mike. What's the worst?
Don't farm Kylo.
Oh God! Yeah, how many times did we say that? That's true. Don't farm Kylo. Oh, that's terrible. Turbs, what's the worst advice you think you gave somebody?
I've not been doing it that long. All of it? No, I'm joking. The one that springs to mind, which I'm sure will bring back a bit of nostalgia and funniness, is I remember watching you guys on RSG and Finn. Was it Finn who said, "Chirruts in Bronziums"?
Oh, Maze Ducky. Maze Ducky. Newsflash. Chirrut is in bronze. Somebody just got a full pull.
I think commented after said I wonder how many people went and spammed the Bronzins and wasted a load trying to find it. But no, I don't think I've been doing it that long. I only give good advice. That was very cocky, but never mind.
It's okay. Darth Bella, can you think of some bad advice you gave somebody that you thought was really good at the time?
Maybe don't farm Luke.
Right. I hear you there.
Because now you need him, right?
Right.
And when I started to play, I actually was told not to farm Luke at all. And yeah, I didn't. I didn't listen to them.
Oh, you went ahead and did it anyway.
Yeah. So, I mean, I just happened to have him at 6 stars. So I thought, well, why not finish him? And then I started to play maybe half a year after you guys. Mm-hmm. And the ones where I started to give advice, it was even later. And Luke was really, I mean, I used him to die in the raids, to get a 0. Right. 0 in there. That was the only thing I could do.
I hear you. Ranger J 1999. What was the worst piece of advice you ever gave somebody?
The worst piece of advice I've ever given someone is
sure, Grande can come on the show.
That's one. The other one is send Grande a message in Discord. I think is the worst advice.
Oh my god! So the worst advice I've given 2. I would have to say really bad pieces of advice. One of the worst pieces of advice that I've ever given was when the Yoda event came out, and I told people to farm ETH Koth for the Yoda event. That was pretty bad. The other one that I gave was I told people to this is pre B2 Battle Droid. I told everyone, yeah, you guys should farm Asajj Ventress. She's really good against the double taunt. While that may have been true for a couple of months, it's probably really bad advice now. So I'd have to say that's probably the 2 worst pieces of advice I gave. So Sir Loki had to step off for a minute, but Captain Blackbeard asked a question. He says, love your video of the Missouri team in P4. Who would you substitute in for Chirrut if you're going to use him in another team? I know which team he's talking about. Mm-hmm. If you're gonna, I think that's the one that has Ezra. Let me look at this one. That's the one that has Ezra and Chirrut and Baze, and I can't remember who else. I'll look it up while we ask the next question, and I'll give you an answer.
I think it's the Sith one.
Is that the Sith one?
I think it's the Sith one. It's the Sid Zeta lead with Darth Maul. Mm-hmm. It's Sith Assassin, Emperor Palpatine, and Chirrut. It did 8.5 million in P4. Mm-hmm. It does look awesome.
Who did we say we could substitute Chirrut while we were doing that? I can't remember. I
mean, it's the healing and the tenacity up, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who we said. I don't remember. You have to go back and look.
Short Trooper, maybe? I don't know. All right.
But Loki had to go, so...
Loki had to go. Yeah, you can hit him up in Discord.
Yeah.
So
next, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I got distracted for a minute. Imagine that something shiny came. I was like, squirrel!
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Shiny.
Keyboard says, I can't break my GW. What power do I need?
Over 9,000.
Given the current power standards, you probably need an arena squad of about 92k. Just so you know, that's what it seems like. It's hard because apparently it's based on the old power score, which you can't see anymore. Yada yada yada. But you probably need to be around 92K to make that happen. Anyone else agree or disagree with that?
Agree. I was going to say an easy way to do it if you don't know the old power levels. It's stick the tankiest team you can in an arena that can win, basically, and that usually does it, doesn't it?
It does as well. So
yeah, pick from your top line.
Fun question from Ben Lazarus. So the other night, you boys said Luke wasn't a Jedi due to the fact that he hasn't made his own lightsaber. I agree with that. So with that in mind, is Loki a Jedi?
Vader.
Loki.
He must confront Vader.
Loki is like a master Jedi. That's why he's on Jedi Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Chrome Cobra. How much Luke could a old Ben chuck if an old Ben could chuck Luke? Oh my god!
I think the answer is 42.
It depends. Is it a farm boy Luke?
Oh.
Is it a Bespin Luke? Is it a Commander Luke? Is it an East African Luke? I don't know.
An East African Luke, really?
I'm not going to do the Yoda voice, but we can ask Rangers to do it. Size matters not, isn't it? When it's down to the Force.
Judge me by my size.
Doesn't matter which Luke. Size matters not.
Lesson learned, what you've learned.
So, yeah, apparently Yoda's a grower, not a shower. Okay, Anton88. C-3PO on the back of Chewbacca. Is that a possible Chewie rework? And what would the abilities be like? Darth Bella, do you think we can get a Chewbacca with C-3PO on his back? And what would the abilities be for that one? Wouldn't that be cool? Dang, that would be cool.
I actually watched Empire Strikes Back last night, and one ability has got to be Chewie behind you.
But honestly, if they're gonna give us a rebel Chewbacca, shouldn't he have C-3PO on his back? Dang, that would be awesome. That would be
fun. Yeah.
But yeah, they gotta have an ability.
We would have combined abilities and skills, to like all the languages.
Wouldn't it be cool if Chewbacca turned around and like that would be so sick. Dang, I like that idea. I'm stepping all over your question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If we do get a rebel Chewbacca, I hope his bowcaster doesn't look like a BB gun shot.
Yeah.
You know.
You can get an old Han from Force Awakens. Like, hey, can I borrow that for a second? Well, this is pretty good.
I don't know.
His bowcaster shot in the game right now is like it looks like it's like a love tap.
Pew pew. Gotcha.
I don't know. Darth Bella, what do you think? What do you think about C-3PO on Chewbacca's back as a new Chewbacca?
I don't think that will happen.
Oh man!
But it would be fun, of course.
It would be so much fun. But you're right; it's probably not gonna happen.
Because
then, translate.
If you know the books, then you know that Luke carries R2 a lot as well. So we should have Luke carrying R2 then as well and combined abilities. That would be great, actually.
I hear you. Okay, so the next question we're gonna go around the table on this question is what is your favorite ice cream? So we're gonna say Ranger, what's your favorite ice cream?
Not that I can have it anymore, but my favorite back in the day was mint chocolate chip.
Okay, Mike Hunt, what's your favorite ice cream?
Pistachio.
Darth Bella, what's your favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream. It's like refreshing. Oh no, I know what
flavor.
I have.
Darth Bella went into like ecstasy. She's just like, oh, ice cream.
Because
it's so refreshing and delicious.
If I didn't mention that But you see, I didn't like chocolate so much because you always needed water with the chocolate because chocolate is not refreshing. But if you put ginger in a chocolate, that is really cool.
You know what? They got all kinds of ice cream in Germany we don't even know nothing about. But
I
that
must talk
sounds.
to you offline, my apprentice.
Okay, Riemann, what's your favorite ice cream?
Yay, hero.
I'm gonna have to go with Rocky Road, my friend.
Rocky Road. And then is Turb still here? Or he had to jump off too, didn't he?
Yeah.
So my favorite ice cream is chocolate chip cookie dough. Okay. Here's the next question. This is from Comb Cobra. This will be our last question. If you could be in any Star Wars episode, which one and why? So Riemann, if you could be in any Star Wars episode, any one of the movies, which movie would you be in and why?
I'd be in the Phantom Menace because it's pretty much nothing going on. It's just everybody's just hanging out. Yeah, I mean, we just all hang out. You got to look at that a couple of different ways, right? Like, it's like, do you really want to fight battles? Not so much. So, I mean, if I could pick any episode, I mean, I'd pick like those Ewok episodes, like, before the movie came out. Remember those children's movies with the Ewoks where they hang out in the woods? I just hang out in the woods with Boba Fett and Ewoks, and I just have a barbecue
and then shoot them.
The 1978 Christmas special. That's basically.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where I'd want to be.
Okay, Mike Hunt, which episode and why?
Return of the Jedi. Slave Leia.
you would actually be Slave Leia.
No.
He didn't say that. I know what he means.
Okay.
He'd be like, "Well, hello there, Leia."
Okay.
Take this down, please.
It's like teleport. Listen, I know this is weird, but I had to be here for this.
Yeah, and by the way, we have to go back to 1984 with me. Darth Bella, which episode and why?
I would just start with the one that was the first for me, and that's A New Hope.
Yep, I love that one. Ranger, which episode and why?
I'm going to say Attack of the Clones so I can go back and wait for Anakin to say, "I hate sand. It's cold. It gets everywhere." And just bitch slap him. Just punch him right in the face. Like, are you kidding me? Let me tell you about sand. And just beat his ass, and then we don't get Darth Vader.
Dang. Okay. I'd probably have to say that I would as well choose Return of the Jedi, and it's just because we finally get Luke and he's in full form and you get to see him in his prime.
Now tell the truth.
Now tell the truth. Slave Leia is the truth.
I'm going to retract my statement. I would like to go back to Revenge of the Sith and just run into the Jedi temple and the Jedi council room,
Mm-hmm.
like during that, right after Mace Windu tells Anakin to just hang out and sit tight.
Why are you crying? There's no crying in the Jedi Academy.
What are you, stupid?
Master Skywalker.
What are we going to do? There's too many. Well, boys and girls, we are basically hosts, so let's just sit here and wait to be shot in the face. Anybody want to play a game? Cards? Anybody? Charades?
Charades. Pictionary. Oh, that's it for our questions, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay, we did it.
So now it's time.
And 9 cups of coffee later. Jesus.
Now it's time for everybody pimp your stuff.
Yeah.
So Ranger, you want to take it?
Yeah. So let's go around the horn and let everybody tell everybody about themselves. Drink some coffee, talk about it. No big whoop. Let's start with. Well, let's get the guys that aren't here. Turbs has a channel. You can find it on YouTube. Also
Sir Loki as well.
So you can please support those guys. Let's start from the top. Mike, why don't you tell the good folks all about you?
Yeah, I I soloed the Rancor for the very first time ever.
You told us. We know.
Yeah, I know. But we went on. Oh, so yes. So basically,
did you make a video?
Yes, I did. And since then, I've done another one. So it wasn't Fluke, and this is with Vader, not Zeta.
Oh, nice, interesting.
It's Vader. It's my Thrawn, who's at 258 speed, with Jin, Tarkin, and somebody else.
TIE Fighter pilot?
No.
Nihilus?
How can I forget? Yar, it be Gar. Gar Saxon.
Oh wow, Gar Saxon.
That is my and I've soloed on auto twice now. My guild's raiding. When we came on air, we were 8th on the leaderboard.
Nice.
We have been up, but we had got higher. But yeah, we're on 8th on the board. So
that's cool.
Congrats to my guys, and basically that will be as a heads up that there will be lots of raiding videos coming out. I've also run my Gar and POW in phase 1 with the GK Sync, and I'm having fun with that. I'm setting PBs. I've done 2 runs so far and gone over 1 million both times.
Nice.
And generally having fun and gearing up and just doing what needs to be done.
Nice. Darth Bella, why don't you tell the folks at home where they can find you?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube as well. Just look for Darth Bella, and if you like what you see, you can subscribe.
Good.
And
Good.
And I started a new series with interviews. Yeah. So
you like the interview part? Yeah, it's cool. You've done Affinity and Smithy D so far.
Smithy D so far, yeah.
Yeah.
So who's next? We don't know yet, but you have to check.
Nice.
The force is strong with you.
Riemann, where can the folks find you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, you can find me at my YouTube channel. It's at Riemann or Ramon Zab, REMONAZAB, or you can come join join us in the Alliance Discord. Over to www.thealliancegaming.com. Also, if you want to find some, cool guides and tips and other content, there's tons of videos and content on thealliancegaming.com, including other stuff here from Reality Skew Gamers and some of the other contributors from the Alliance Gaming. 50 plus. So, if you're looking for a guild and you want to get into a more organized setting for the upcoming game content, that'd be a great place to go. Also, you can find me on Twitter at RomanZob, and we'll be, hopefully some early Luke footage to post up on my channel. Check that out. Go over to my YouTube channel to get the latest update. Thanks for having me, Ranger.
Glad to always have you.
Okay, and then. Obviously, if you're watching this, that means you're watching Reality Skewed Gamers. We definitely appreciate having you guys on. Make sure that you give us a big like, big subscribe. Hit that little bell button next to subscribe. That way you can always be watching us. We also show where you can find us as well. YouTube, Discord, it's all in the description down below. Our website, realityskugamersblogspot.com. Our Cafe Press site for new merchandise. Facebook and Twitter. We do a live stream on Saturday mornings. We also do a live stream on Wednesday evenings. And we're really glad that you guys are here.
We do roster reviews. Yep, we got all kind of stuff. If you'd like to donate to the channel, support the content, we have, of course, when we stream live, the super chat function. And then also, if you'd like to support the page, you just go to our YouTube page at Reality Skewed Gamers, and you can hit the button support your channel and donate directly to us. We use all the funds to make the content and upgrade and keep the channel going and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I think we've covered all our bases. I'm sure next Wednesday's stream is going to be absolutely just madness, because I'm sure they're going to have more reworks, and I have a pretty sneaky suspicion that they probably will drop Hoth, Rebel, Leia, and Han on us. So we may be talking about that, or maybe be talking about the reworks that are coming on with the other characters. There's going to be a lot. There's a lot going on this month, so you definitely want to come in on Wednesdays, because it's been working out that they've been dropping all the information right before our show, and we've just been like breaking news like mad. Poor Finn comes up with a schedule, and then we just basically rip it up and have to come up with something else. So I think that covers everything. Did I miss anything, Mr. Grande Patrona?
I think we're good, man. We're doing great. So glad to see everybody, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, and just make sure you like and subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000. We get to 2,000, there will be another drunk fest. I guarantee it. I'm going to try to get Finity drunk, Grande drunk. We're going to get everybody drunk.
And we might end up all peeing in our pants.
That's right.
So.
We're going to have a drink
packs.
Drunk
we may end up
fest.
doing. We may. You know what? If they come out with some good packs, I will do a pack on the show.
There we go.
I think you should hangover Ranger. Slip him some rupees and give him the pack.
That stuff doesn't work on me.
Slip him some roofies. I'd have to mail him some roofies. Please eat the red pill or the blue pill. That's what.
That's YouTube gold.
And I'll be like, ooh, a piece of candy. Ooh, a piece of candy. Grande is sending me candy. Yay! It looks like jelly beans.
All right, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks
All right,
so much.
see you on Wednesday, guys. Take care. Bye.